Let me tell y'all a little story of the last little bit my wife was alive and everything it went through from my side of the story. It all was boiled down to this. My wife was dying of stage 4 cervical cancer, bleeding out, and, slowly at the end. And for some odd reason, DCBS got called on us. And they said I was dirty for drugs, which I hadn't been forever, which caused me to have a relapse. And her family, who I thought was trying to help, from what I've been led to believe, it was the cause of 90% of it. Here she is, and with working with hospice. She was on fentanyl, but then she was dying, so I didn't overlook it because it was better than the alternative of her screaming all hours of night in agony pain. The kids was all split up at different places. Harley was grown and was living with his girlfriend. Elizabeth went to stay with Michaela, a friend of the family. Kylie was staying with some people from the church, which now have custody of her, last I heard, as far as I know. And the boys was staying at her dad's house because evidently we was both positive for drugs. But it was only that one worker that every time them couple of workers just automatically sent, when even though I was clean, I was automatically dirty. Then when I did mess up, the state police was just, automatically, was right beside the house, to pull me over and brought me up for everything, and even give us tickets for things that didn't make no sense. It kept on going. She went into the facility for a day, and her family kept on asking me, what our plans was, and I told them, thousands of times, but every, thing that I did, to fulfill her last wishes, always something to try to, with the Blair to block them. And they kept on asking me. Then JR told me, which was Tabby's sister's boyfriend. Well, about Liz, something was, Elizabeth was in truancy because she hadn't been going to school, hadn't been enrolled in school or something like that. And that something was said about her business with Brian, what was told to me. Truth be known, they probably said that about me or something like that. But, but yeah, I took care of him for 13 years, and, I would never do nothing like that to him. So, anyway, DCBS kept on telling me that I need to keep them clean and not to let them do this and that and other and make sure they mind and all that. And I was doing that, and then, all kinds of weird sorts of stuff started to happen. Like when the new neighbors that moved in across the street wanted me to take off his Cadillac converter, which we was talking about it, he was trying to be all skeptical and hush-hush about it when we was at Fuel Mart. But then he didn't want to do it and acted weird afterwards, and Tabby's brother, who was living off of us, I guess, went to my landlord, from what I understand, and got some BS going. I don't know, but he searched my house over. Somebody, I'm assuming it was Kenny, because I could tell when my stuff had been moved. And I couldn't find my tax paperwork. I couldn't find mine Tabby's marriage license or any of that nature. And automatically it just shows up where I've been looking for 3 months. And then, and I guess they thought they had me or something. But they didn't know I saved everything to my phone. Because, you know, needless to what they thought Tabby paid for everything, and Tabby did all this, and Tabby didn't do much of nothing except, you know, talk to people for me, because I hate talking to people. I did all the, you know, the paying the bills and stuff like that, you know, that I could do remotely. But as far as talking to people, that was her job. But evidently they thought, you know, something else. I don't really know. But then the law kept on getting called on me because I kicked Kenny out of the house. And then crackheads, you know, showed up 15,000 times trying to fight me and trying to gang up on me. And every time the boys would come up there, automatically Kenny knew that, you know, to come up there and with 2 or 3 crackheads. So evidently it tells me that her dad and Kenny and all of them was, you know, in hoots together and stuff like that. And they, you know, didn't talk to me about nothing. You know what I mean? And here I am thinking, you know, I'm going to do this and that and the other, you know, it was my, you know, because no help from them, because they never did even come see her when she was dying. One sister seen her 4 times, and that's including the day she died, you know, after the fact she was already dead. And other sister never did come see once. And then, you know, I couldn't leave her side because they couldn't do nothing. They didn't know how to administer drugs. They couldn't do anything else. But long story short is now I'm at my mother's house. I got Tabby's ashes here that when I know the coast is clear, I'm gonna put her, what we agreed to in the family, you know, in my family cemetery where her 2 uncles are buried, right next to me. Evidently they didn't like that either. And I ain't heard nothing from none of the kids, you know. When I do, you can tell it's not them. And there's all kinds of weird stuff. I don't know. I guess they're trying to figure out my next move or something like that. Well, I'm going to do something else, but you know, I don't know. I was just trying to fulfill my life's last wishes. The only thing I was doing, trying to do the exact opposite, I guess. I don't know. But that's the story in a nutshell of my wife dying. I just needed to get it out there so, you know, whoever cares can hear it from my side of the story. They don't like it, they can lump it. But I just wish things would have went the way she wanted them to go. But not everybody really gives a big hoot about a dying person's wishes after they're dead. But it almost drove me crazy. I'm still not 100%. It was hard. It still is hard. And it's not right. It's not right what they did. But I just need to talk to somebody. Thanks for listening if you see this video. See you later.